want to read a math book.
Well, I know that you kind of struggle in math, and maybe this can help you a little bit.
Fine, I guess so.
All right.
What is it even about?
Just give me a few minutes. This is called An Imaginary Tale, the story of the square root of -1.
Okay, I'm listening.
And it starts off because most people believe that the square root of a negative number isn't possible. Luca Pacioli said to ignore it and you'll get the same answer, which obviously wasn't right.
Well, everything's impossible in math, so...
No, just keep listening. You know about conjugates, right?
Yeah.
And you know that the square root of -1 equals I, right?
Yeah.
Well, then the square root of a plus bi equals a minus bi. So from that, you can begin to see a correlation.
Whoa, that kind of makes sense.
So now that you kind of understand conjugates, you can raise them to a complex power. For instance, 1 plus I quantity raised to 1 plus I equals 0.
That makes sense.
Einstein and Minkowski both admitted that a square root is an actual application in math to solve other things. You can think of it like a fluid motion. It has as much physical significance as pi.
So I can use this in real life?
Exactly. Here, I'll give you an example from the book. A boy and a girl stand facing each other, separated by a distance of 2 feet. While the girl remains stationary, the boy takes a series of steps towards the girl. The first step is 1 foot, the second is 1/2 of a foot, the third is 1/4 of a foot, and so on. As the teacher explained with a smile to his class of innocent 15-year-olds, the boy never actually reaches the girl, but within a finite number of steps is close enough for all practical purposes, something you might know something about. At that, naturally, we all, or I at least, blushed at the thought of the shy kiss we imagined then occurred. Suppose now we literally add a twist to this hoary problem. Let's put our young fella at the origin of the complex plane, and we'll have him walk forward along the positive real axis for a unit distance. He then pivots on his heels in a CCW way through angle x and walks forward for 1/2 a unit of distance. He then pivots again through a CCW rotation of x units and moves forward 1/4 of a unit distance. He continues doing this for infinity of equal rotations and ever-decreasing distances, each 1/2 of the previous distance. Where does he end up in the complex plane, and for what angle is he farthest away from the real axis? This walk in the complex plane is mathematically described by a sum of vectors.
So I can do math without doing math?
Yeah, exactly.
Are there other real-life examples?
Yeah, another one is how Newton started to understand gravity and the moon and how they relate. And his discovery of both calculus and the inverse square law of gravitation allowed the motions of 2 interacting masses to be explained in a scientific, rational way. He used only geometry, and he did this to avoid having the philosophical debates then raging concerning the calculus distracting from the physics.
So, wow, I guess he sounds really smart.
Yeah, and another smart guy is Leonhard Euler, and he came up with the exponential connection to complex numbers.
Wow, another smart guy.
And 3 other guys, Newton, Coates, and de Moivre, all built off of each other's eyes, and the world of mathematics continues to grow.
So they were friends and they hung out and did math?
Exactly.
And
you
they
can do the same thing.
thought it was fun?
Yep.
Wow. Well, do you think I gotta go, but do you think I can maybe borrow your book?
I would love for you to borrow it.
Read it.
Maybe you can get something out of it.
Yeah, I guess so. Well, thanks.
Good luck with it.
Thanks.
This is